Sláinte, everybody. Happy Sunday. I am so excited. There is less than 1 month, less than a month till St. Patrick's Day, the greatest holiday in all of sports. I'm sorry. I might be a bit biased. I'm a bit biased, but I absolutely love it. Please help me welcome my guest, who is Dimmick, and she is the Director of Retail and Brand Experience for OHLQ.
Hello.
Thank you very much for joining us today. We're super excited.
Yeah, very excited to be here.
So we're going to say hi to some people. Ben was in here first, reminding people that please put your questions in chat. We are happy to answer all your questions. Be very civil to our guests tonight. Thank you, Ben, for being here early. Cheers, Doug H. It is good to see you. Cheers, Marty Whiskey Nose. It is good to see you. Christine Vasco. Christine, I know you are very excited for the Irish Cask and Craft event that is coming up in the Cleveland area. I've been feeding Christine info. Cheers, Taste and Sensibility. It is good to see you. I know we'll have more people funneling in here. So for those of you who don't know and are wondering why, we have someone here from Ohio Liquor. Ohio is about to become the spot in the U.S. for Irish whiskey. We are getting a lot of new brands. I am super excited. They're planning so many great events around this launch of these new brands. And so I asked Anne to come on and kind of explain everything and break it down for us. So we're going to be drinking some of these new brands with you all tonight. So we are starting, before we get into this, we're going to start. Let me know in chat what you guys are all drinking tonight. Make sure you hit that like, hit that share, do all that fun stuff that YouTube likes us to do. Say hi to Robbie, my good friend from Dublin, Ireland. Robbie is joining us from Ireland. Hi, Robbie. How are you doing, sir? So we are getting started with Burke Helen 15-year. Now this was one of my top three. This is lovely. It's a wonderful whiskey.
I'm excited to have it.
This is a 15-year single malt. Powers Court, so that would be Cooley malt. So tell us about how Irish whiskey came to Ohio. It started through Bord Bia, and a lot of people might not know who Bord Bia is.
Yeah, it was a happy circumstance of meeting up. Some of our leadership met with the Bord Bia, which is the Irish Food Board. And their mission is to have Irish food and spirits recognized as world-class and bring them to the world. And so a couple of years ago, they came to Ohio and did something called Spirit of Ireland. And it was an educational seminar highlighting Irish food and Irish spirits, whiskey, gin, and how those can be used in your bar program. And through continued conversations, they actually were able to connect us with more than 20 different distilleries to curate what we are calling the Irish Cask and Craft Collection that is launching in Ohio in a few weeks. So it's been a long partnership, but exciting to see where it's going.
And I remember when that first event happened, because we started seeing a couple new brands. Suddenly we had JJ Corey in Ohio, which I know you guys know. JJ Corey, the gal's like my go-to. That would be my daily pour.
And she's coming.
And she is. She is coming. Yes. We'll get into that big event because there are a lot of big names. Ohio's about to be invaded by a whole lot of Irishmen and women.
Yes.
So El Terry has the PX I Love You cast too. That's the one that I have. That one. I did a review on that. That blew me away. That's a great bottle. I'm glad you were able to get one. Cheers, Slapshots Roadhouse. We have Liz B drinking some Redbreast PX. That is a good bottle. That's one of my favorites. Kilbeggan Single Grain. I haven't had that one in a while. It's been a while.
Never had that one.
Cheers, Michael S. Whiskey Dur. Good afternoon, all you wonderful whiskey folks. Hello from Florida, Napogue 12. I like a good Napogue 12. Robbie's having some Whalek the Crater Pachin. That's a good bottle too. Yeah, Christina's in agreement. Wow. Redbreast PX is the go-to. Cheers, Kathy. Huey, it's good to see you. Good to see you. That was my question. I thought I was misreading the list of guests at the Chateau event. The Chateau event, the events, Pat Dowdy, are going to be a who's who of Irish whiskey. It is going to be great. So we are sipping on some Furcullen 15 year.
Oh, that's a nice
It's so
start.
nice. It really is so nice to start with. Now this one, honestly, the retail price on this bottle in Ohio is ridiculous.
$64.98.
$64.98 for a 15 year.
Oh, that's so nice.
Irish whiskey. This is a first fill bourbon matured and then married with a Madeira cask finish. So if you are a fan of Blue Spot, you will probably enjoy this because Blue Spot is Madeira. So sláinte, everybody.
Sláinte.
Cheers to you. Sláinte.
Cheers.
So good. That is so good.
So this is from the beautiful Powers Court Distillery.
Yes, this is Powers Court.
Yeah.
Which Powers Court is one of the few Irish whiskeys where you can get Cooley sourced malt. And Cooley malt is going away. And Furcullen got all of it. Pretty much. Furcullen and Teeling.
You got the inside story here.
Cheers, Mr. Jiggs. It's good to see you. Wait, there's a saying. Oh, don't you even, Mike. Patty, not Patty. I heard it was on a Sunday. So Mike and I have decided, since I am probably not going to be in a place where I can do a live stream at 6 p.m., we're going to combine forces at 9 p.m. and I will have a joint live stream with Livewire Whiskey that night because I got a parade that morning, so I ain't going to be in any condition to. I'm going to probably be napping, to be perfectly honest.
I was going to say that gives you time for a nap.
Yeah, that gives me time to squeeze in a nap. And Kilco Whiskey Musings Redbreast PX does sound like a good idea. Is this a blend? No, this one is not a blend. I thought this was a single malt. Maybe it is a blend. Oh, yeah, you're right. It is a blend. This is grain.
Not one of the single casks.
No, this is ex-bourbon Madeira finished grain. So this is a single grain. Here I'm saying it's single malt. This is single grain, actually. Yes, mash of corn and malt. This is single grain. Thank you, Fat Daddy. Good call on that one.
So was that the first time you tried this? Last week?
Yes, that is the first time I've tried the Furcullen 15. I've had the Furcullen 10. I've had the 14. I had not had the 15 yet, and that's a beautiful bottle. That was one of my top three. One of my top three of the day.
I heard that from several people.
Yeah, it's guys, and it's a steal. It's a good deal. Mr. Jiggs finally found the Whistler OHLQ PX pick. Good. I'm glad you got one too. We got a lot more coming, Mr. Jiggs. A lot more coming.
There might even be one here.
We might have another Whistler pick in our lineup.
Not yet released.
Hey, cheers, David Bass. It's good to see you. So we are about to get 26, probably at least, new brands of Irish whiskey. I think last time I counted, it was 26 on the OHLQ website. But the problem is more keeps coming. I'm like, I'm so excited.
Right.
So talk about, we have some big events coming up.
We do.
To celebrate those.
We do. So the Irish Cask Craft Collection is going to debut at a series of 3 large-scale events starting on Friday night, March 1st from 5 to 7 at Jungle Gym's Oscar Station. Then we're all going to head up to Cleveland because we like to keep things easy for ourselves.
I didn't notice that.
There's a reason why. There's a reason why. At the Cleveland and Columbus events, we're actually being joined by Kevin O'Gorman from the, master distiller of Middleton, all of the big brands. It's really rare to have him in the United States. He's going to have Irish Berry with him as well. And so that was sort of the catalyst behind setting these events where we did and when we did, because he was going to be in town. And then we'll be in Columbus on Sunday, March 2nd at Chateau Wine and Spirits in Dublin. And we have a lot of the founders, distillers, blenders from many of the brands that are actually going to be. So this isn't just the local sales rep that's working the table. We actually have the founders that are joining us for these events. So you can meet them, you can taste their products. It's the kind of world premiere release of the products at these events. And then they will be going out to other locations across the state starting that Monday, March 4th. So everybody gets a chance.
So I can't tell. Louise McGuan from JJ Corey will be at these events in Ohio. Morris O'Connell, who you guys know, I'm a big Liberator fan. He will be Sir Morris O'Connell. Sorry, forgive me, Morris.
Yep.
Sir Morris O'Connell will be at all of these events. Kevin O'Gorman, who, if you've ever had a bottle of Jameson, that man is behind all of them. He's behind everything at Middleton. He is lovely, lovely man. Shared an Uber with him during the last Festival of Whiskies event. That was fun. He kept cracking dad jokes to the driver. I really hope that she actually went home and looked up to see that because we tried to tell her that's the guy that makes all the Jameson, and he was cracking dad jokes, so she wasn't believing us, not a bit. But I really hope that she did go home that night and kind of check and see that he's a big deal. That's who that was.
Yeah.
So you guys will get the opportunity, if you come to one of these events, to meet some of these people, these wonderful people behind all these Irish brands. So, and there is no admission fee.
No, open to the public.
Open to the public, free of charge, guys.
Come see us.
Free
it's
of
just
charge.
like a regular spirits tasting in an OHLQ location where you come in. It's 50 cents. You can take a sample, but it's kind of the spirits palooza, basically, of Irish spirits, because I don't think we've ever before had so many different brands and so many different amazing people actually bringing their brands out to the public.
Yeah, it's going to be big. There, we just answered Gandy's question. I know Gandy is planning on going to the Cincinnati event. You need tickets for this event. No ticket needed. No ticket needed, sir.
Just come see us.
Taste and Sensibility says, for a 15-year single grain, maybe I'll drive to Ohio.
You should.
Gandy, Taste and Sensibility, you absolutely should. I've been telling all my friends from outside the state, it's definitely worth the drive to pick up some of these bottles. Okay, stay streaming. I'll be there in 2.5 hours. Christine, every time when I bust out the good stuff, Christine, you know you're welcome anytime for a visit, my friend. Cheers to Spirit of Life. It's good to see you, Mark. I will have all the whiskey, please, and thank you. Can't wait to meet Louise. Louise is lovely. She really is. I had the wonderful opportunity to meet her when she was in town last fall. It'd be September? I think it was September.
Wow.
Cheers, Cheech Artelino. It is good to see you.
Oh, what about Fred Minnick?
Yeah, what about, okay. So the big guest.
The big reveal.
The big reveal guest, yeah. That was just announced.
And there might even be more reveals. Who knows what's going to happen? It's something new every week with us. So we are actually being joined by Fred Minnick at the 3 events. He's most well known for his American whiskey writing and speaking. But anybody who knows Fred knows that he is very ecumenical in the spirits that he talks about. And he loves great gin. He loves great Scotch. He loves great Irish whiskey. So he'll be joining us for this as well.
I'm very excited. He's written some really nice books on, other kinds of whiskey, on world whiskey. So I was really excited to see that Fred is going to be at these events too. So not only do we have all these big names on Irish whiskey, we have Fred Minnick coming. So I told you guys, it's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a really big deal.
But wait, there's more.
I'm a bit far away, but Irene's store is close, so I get lucky there. Yeah, Irene Tan it's been a very big supporter of Irish whiskey. Oh, thank you, Marty. Now, please slam that like. Throw your guy. Keep the questions coming. Keep the questions coming. So I'm going to move on to our next whiskey.
Sure.
This is another one. I will tell you guys, this one surprised me. I did not expect. I knew the brand. I did not expect this one to be one of my top picks, actually, of the festival, and it was. It's really good. So we are drinking Black Beak Irish Whiskey Maple Mayhem. This is a maple bourbon cask. So this one is 43% ABV. Ireland, this is called Black Kinsale for Robbie. Correct me if I'm wrong, Robbie. I'm pretty sure it's Black Kinsale. This is Black Beak. This one is aged in maple bourbon casks. So this one has a nice vanilla maple. So this one is, do you know what this one's going to retail for?
This one is $34.93, so under $35.
That's crazy.
Husband
It's really
and
good.
wife
It's really good.
started a brewery that turned
Yes.
into a distillery. This one is fun because I think, people think like, oh, flavored whiskey. No, it's aged
No, it's
in
not
maple
flavored.
and bourbon
It does,
casks.
yeah, it does have strong maple notes, strong vanilla notes. That being said, this one, honestly, you could sit on your back porch and have a pour of this one. This old fashioned, forget about it. This would be phenomenal in old fashioned. Yeah, Black's at Kinsale. Thank you, Robbie. I figured you would know. I figured you would know.
And the
Cheers,
maple
Sugar
is
Kitty.
it's just a hint.
No,
And
it's more
really
on the
more
nose. I get more on the nose than the palate, actually.
Yeah. It's bright.
It's really nice. The maple comes through more on the nose, but the palate, it's got a nice spice to it that really balances out that maple. It's really nice. What will the availability be in? Mr. Jigs? Let me know if you're talking about this Black Beak.
It will definitely be at all 3 of the event locations. And then if you're familiar with OHLQ.com, you can go on that website and you'll be able to see for any product that you look up, you can go and see an availability map that's updated many times throughout the day, every 30 minutes. And it will show you where there is a bottle on a shelf right now. You can click on it, see the store hours, get directions.
Yeah. We're very lucky to have that. I have friends in other states that really love that I can do that when they're coming to town. I can help them find a bottle that way. It's really nice to have, guys. Hey, cheers. Another one of my favorite Irishmen. Cheers, Cool Running. It's good to see you. This is really nice. I mean, I could see a lot of cocktail purposes for this whiskey. Yeah. And honestly, the price is
great,
crazy.
Price point.
That's crazy. Such a nice bottle. So
it's fun.
The events are March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Yes.
From 12 to 2?
12 to 2 on Saturday and Sunday, 5 to 7 on Friday
5
night.
to 7 on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. We're all working. So that'll be a lot of fun. I look forward to seeing you guys at the Columbus event. I will be at that one. So in addition to the Irish whiskey, we're getting a lot of gin too.
We are.
We're getting a whole lot of Irish gin and a lot of good Irish gin.
Yes.
So
yes.
So what were some of your favorites that
there are a couple things. So there's one Maharani gin, husband and wife.
Mm-hmm.
They source she is actually originally from India. And so it's an Indian influence gin that's made in Ireland. It's kind of the amalgamation of the two cultures. And the flavor profile is so unique and so fun. So that one, it's made by Rebel City Distillery. That one's coming. Zin Gin, which is it's a lovely gin, but the most beautiful packaging
that is the most beautiful bottle. That if you've got friends who are gin fans,
you have to buy a bottle, one to open, and then one to keep on your shelf forever.
Yeah, this is one that
so beautiful.
It's like I tell you guys about McConnell's Irish whiskey. Like it's a nice package if you're going to be giving somebody a gift. It really was. That struck me a second I walked in and saw that.
Yeah,
really nice packaging on that one.
We have Pinky Gin,
which is so good.
Oh,
that was so good. It was like strawberries and cream.
Surprising. Yeah, we don't have a lot of pink gin here in Ohio.
No,
it's still such a rarity. Nowhere else, you go to Ireland and you can get.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You get pink, purple gin.
That one has. There's a lot of people looking for that specifically.
I'm not a gin person, but I'm planning on picking up a bottle of that. It was really really nice. I'm like it was like strawberries and cream. Like I would pour that over like ice cream.
Yeah.
It was so lovely.
And then Slingshot Gin, which is a peated gin,
yes.
Super unique.
Yeah.
Super. I would love to try a Negroni with that. I think it would be great.
That would be good.
That
would be good. I was actually trying to think of uses for that because honestly, any cocktail you could do poaching, you could do a peated gin.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking I never thought of a Negroni. That's a really good idea.
Well, try that.
Cheers, Liz B. I was in Limerick this fall, tried a new distillery from there, Fox's Bow, and came back. I have heard of Fox's Bow. I've not had the opportunity to try it.
Should tell them about Ohio.
Yeah. Yes. Tell them to come to Ohio. Cheers, Amy O'Byrne. Oh, well, Amy just got a whole lot of Irish whiskey. Amy's husband just returned from a trip to Ireland, so I saw you got a good haul. Oh, Abe, you've got Christine's interest, a peated gin. It's good too, Christine. It's good. It's not overwhelming. The peat is not overwhelming. It's there.
No.
You do notice it, but it wasn't overwhelming. Speaking of peated whiskey, so we're going to try our third one here. So this is, honestly, this is one of my favorite new brands that Ohio is getting. This is Skellig 618. And this is their single pot still whiskey. And this is triple distilled, triple casked. So this is 43% ABV. This one is, I don't know what it says on here. It's all bourbon.
Bourbon.
Yeah. This is lightly peated. So for those of you who are familiar with Star Wars, all you Star Wars fans out there, this one is named the Skellig Michael, where they filmed part of Star Wars. There's actually a monastery on Skellig Michael. And 618 refers to the number of steps that the monks carved into the rock to get up to the monastery. There's 618 steps. So I was really excited. This is a brand that I have seen in Ireland that I've been really excited about to try. I have not had a whole lot of single pot still that have some peat influence. So I'm really excited to try this one. It's very light as well. It's very light. Amy O'Byrne just opened the Cologne Blackberry Rum. Yeah, that one will sneak right up on you. It's dangerous.
And this one starts in first fill bourbon barrels and then moves to PX sherry cask.
That's right. Yes, you're right. Yeah. It starts in the first fill bourbon, and then they also have some PX sherry. And it is lightly peated and 43% ABV. And this is kind of a newer brand. I love the story behind this brand. Mm-hmm. It's on, Ring of Kerry, Western Ireland. They in areas that grew up, with fishing as their main source of income, and just really, I tell people, I'm like, this is Ireland kind of a thing with this whiskey. I think this is what you want to look at. Atlantic aged, they're aging it with that ocean breeze coming off with the jet stream.
Little bit of salinity.
Yeah, you definitely get
tiny bit of smoke at the end.
You do get some of the brininess on this, just a little. It reminds me almost, not really like an Ardbeg, because it's nowhere near as peated as an Ardbeg.
No, much more delicate.
Actually even more delicate than I think than Two Stacks. Really nice. Love pot still spice. Mm-hmm. Get that vanilla. Get like apple, pear. Just a hint of smoke. And the smoke actually isn't what lingers. It's the pot still spice. That pot still spice goes. So that smoke kind of hits your mid palate. It's really, really nice. Bertha's Revenge. Oh, yes, I have heard about the milk gin.
Yes.
Bertha's Revenge Navy milk gin.
They will be at the events. And they have a slow gin that's amazing. A Navy strength.
See, Robbie, you just added a bottle to my list now for that event. Added one more.
I think people don't really, we've kind of lost what slow gin is, or, it's
slow. Well, because slow gin, I think the stuff that we drank in high school. Right.
Not me.
Threw in some orange juice. I grew up in a rural area. We weren't picky, but yeah, but I think it's really, it's coming back with cocktails coming back and becoming so popular. Yeah. And the Bertha's Revenge, I have heard of. So Robbie, I'll definitely get a bottle and let you know what I think. And Robbie says, yes, it is nice. Mike says Bertha's Revenge sounds like you ate something bad.
It actually is named for a poorly taxidermied cow that is named Bertha in their town, who graces the label for all of the products.
I do know they have a cow on. I didn't know the story of poorly taxidermied
It's a poorly taxidermied cow. It's really great. It's a lovely team from that distillery. And the product is great. And the story behind it is in some ways even better. I have not personally seen the poorly taxidermied cow, but it's on my list. We need to go.
That's not a list you'd normally have for Ireland. I'm
Oh,
going
I
to see the
want to
poorly
see.
taxidermied cow.
Yeah, the poorly taxidermied cow.
Hey, cheers. Launch Eric Anderson. It is good to see you. We are having some Skellig 618 single pot still whiskey. So who are you most excited for these brands at these events? Who are you most excited for? Are you allowed to say?
Oh gosh. So coming from, we're the fourth largest domestic whiskey market. And I don't know if there's official stats on who the largest buyers of single barrels are in the nation. I would have to think like we're up there, if not top
We'd
three.
have to be.
And we
would have to be.
We have a lot of great like craft limited production products that are coming to us. And we also have a lot of single casks coming in. And I think that's going to be really
big.
The introduction of Irish whiskey to our very large American whiskey consumer base.
That's big, guys.
Really excited.
We are getting single casks. Speaking of, our next pour here is another Whistler single cask bottled for the state of Ohio. This one is 12 years old and aged 29 months in a Barbados rum cask. So this one is 61.34% ABV. So we're jumping up there in proof on this one. And these single casks, I tell you, these single casks are the way to go. They're so good. I saw a couple you had the PX I Love You Whistler, the first release for Valentine's Day. That one blew me away. That was really, really good. So this is a single malt blended whiskey. This one's a blended whiskey.
From Bowen Distillery.
Yes, from Bowen.
Family owned. Beautiful.
Wonderful distillery. History of historic mash bills. They're also, I think I told you, they're doing a project with one of my other favorites, Talnua Distillery, where they are aging casks in Ireland and in Denver, Colorado. Exact same mash bill to see how the climate changes the whiskey. Oh, yeah. All this Irish whiskey dropping right before St. Paddy's Day is going to be a blast. I am so sorry, Christine, because we're all going to be broke for St. Patrick's Day, but we're going to be happy. We're going to be real, real happy. Cheers, Gordon Murphy. It is good to see you. Thank you, Ben. I'm always happy to help. This one,
oh wow,
you get the rum on this.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost a little floral too. It's really tropical. The tropical fruit's coming through on this one.
Very much. Oh, the finish. It's longer. And at the end, it's kind of the pineapple, like ripe pineapple pops and coconut toasted.
That is nice. That's a tropical drink on the finish. It's toasted coconut and it's fresh pineapple. All that vanilla hits you up front. All that rum hits you up front. And then the whiskey itself, that is wonderful. I thought I liked the other one. I like this better. This is so good. They're both really, really good. But this one
is great.
This one is really, really nice.
They also have a tequila finished barrel.
I would be curious about that one.
It was an experiment. It's not something that's being done before or after. True OHLQ exclusive.
Nice. Nice. Tony says, I always enjoy going to the OHLQ stores when I'm up there visiting family. You have a great selection of Irish whiskeys. We are about to become the place in the United States to get Irish whiskey. And I am so excited. Liz says, I don't live in Ohio. Where can I find out about these whiskey events?
OHLQ.com.
So if you go to OHLQ.com, there is a tab for events, and that'll list out all the events that are going to be in Ohio around these Irish whiskeys.
And everybody who's coming and time.
Yes, and it'll list out everybody who's coming. So you can see all the big names that are coming to these events. And apparently all the big names that might not have been announced that are coming to these events. Oh my gosh, how could it get bigger?
Every day.
I thought I thought Fred. I mean, Fred's a big deal. I thought,
Fred's
wow, that's a
big.
big.
You know,
There's going to be more. And actually, I was pretty. And Kevin, when I found Kevin O'Gorman,
that's
and
huge.
everybody, that's a big name.
That's huge.
That's a huge, huge name.
Yeah.
It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I'm
Mhm.
telling you. And I will keep sharing all the info with you guys. I will blast it out there because I am super excited. They've been hearing me say for like 2 weeks now. Like, I'm so excited. Anne's going to tell us about everything. This one is really nice. So you mentioned the single cast. So can you tell us about some of the single casts that everybody's going to be seeing here in Ohio?
Yes, there's so many. So off the top of my head, we have these from Boan. So we had the PX I Love You, the Barbados Rum Cask, the Tequila Cask. There is a 21-year single cask coming from JJ Corey. That one had a very limited yield. So you'll see that for sure at the event, but very limited. Clonakilty actually is sending us some single casks, and they are, this is spoiler alert, they're working on some really fun collaborations to come. So we'll be hearing even more from them beyond St. Patrick's Day, beyond Irish Cask and Craft. Who else am I not thinking of? I think there's I don't have my list in front of me, but we have quite a few.
The Clonakilty, I had the Imperial Stout. That's a banger.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And honestly, you've heard me guys tell you, the Clonakilty, the private select single barrels, they're not a bad buy. I don't think I've had several, and none of them are a bad buy. Yeah. They're all really reasonably priced. Great whiskey that you can get for that price.
Beautiful packaging.
Great pack. Yeah, the really great packaging. They put a lot of care into selecting their casks, and the casks they put up for sale. They took a lot of care about it.
I think what's really different about a lot of the portfolio is that American whiskey has gotten very young, and age statements have gone by the wayside. And we're seeing really throughout this selection so many older, longer aged, more premium whiskey at great price points.
And there's a lot of variety with Irish whiskey. With Irish whiskey, it doesn't have to, bourbon's a little limited. Mm-hmm. I love my bourbon. Don't get me wrong. I got a whole bunch of it over here. But I love the variety you got with Irish whiskey. Definitely. We never. No, that was on their website. I'll be taking another look. Oh, great. Yeah, you thought Kevin was the only guest at first. It's going to get every week. I'm telling you, every week they're announcing something new, and it's something even more exciting about these events. Can OHLQ help me learn more about this category?
Absolutely.
Yes. Oh, yes.
We have so much content right now in celebration of this, but some of our pieces have been out there for a bit. We actually have our Seed to Sip series, which...
That is exciting.
Yeah. So it's not new for this, but we have a lot of content around our Irish whiskey releases. Basically, all whiskey starts at a farm. And so it's telling the stories of the producers, of, how these products are coming to be. We have quite a bit on how to do your own Irish whiskey tasting. If you come to our events, you will actually get a really great full color booklet with your own tasting mats. So everything you need to go through select products and host your own Irish whiskey tasting at home.
That is very helpful. I wish I had that when I was starting into that. That is really neat. That's going to be a lot of help. That's exciting. Yeah, the grain of glass, the seed to glass is really, really neat. I know Maurice O'Connell with the Liberator does have his Lakeside estate. That one, he grew the grain himself, actually had them process it separate from everything else to make his whiskey. And I'm excited to see that one. I was so surprised we got that one. I didn't think he would let that one out of Ireland. That's a good one.
We got a limited number of cases, but yes, it's here.
I was really surprised to see that one. Kami, I wish Southern Ohio had more offerings. Well, yeah, if you look on OHLQ, sometimes you do. Even me in Columbus, sometimes, what I want is what everybody else wants to. And so I don't quite get there in time. So sometimes I've got to drive a little bit further to get a bottle, but it's worth it because sometimes I find these stores that I find a lot. I never leave with just one bottle. I never do. I always find other stuff there, and it's so cool kind of seeing other stores and see what they have.
And you can actually search the inventory
You can.
of a specific location.
You can.
You can either browse by a certain product and all the locations that carries it, or you can go in and you can select a location and browse their entire inventory.
And
Every product.
I myself have used that tool many times.
Mhm.
There have been special Irish whiskey releases that a friend of mine, I mean, we drove to Dayton and we found a bottle. It was listed on the website as in stock, and we went there and found it.
What was the bottle?
Gold Spot.
Okay.
It was Gold Spot. Yeah, but we did find one.
Yeah.
It was right there. We got the last one, and I'm not. We were checking the car on the way home, and it showed no inventory. We got the last one.
Oh,
That's
good.
it. We got the last one. We got the last one. So
Oh.
we're gonna do one more. See, Amy says, I wish we had a search option like that in Arizona. I
That's
told you I've
pretty
had
unique.
my friend in Michigan says the same thing.
Yeah.
He says he wishes that they had a way to search like that. We are very familiar with the OHLQ inventory tool. Christine in Cleveland. So this is one I was surprised. I'd been wanting to try this one. This is another one that kind of surprised me. Another one with really kind of cool packaging.
I love that package.
So this is Natterjack Irish whiskey. This is a cast strength. You can see the frog on here, but it's like a 3D. It's like a metal or like a little embossing, and it sticks out. And it looks like metal.
It reminds me of the Blue Run butterfly.
It does, except it kind of,
Except it's not iridescent.
And it's kind of sticking out a little more, but yeah, it does remind me a bit of that.
It does.
So this one is 63% ABV. This is triple distilled Irish whiskey, virgin American oak. This is a blend. This one is really, really nice. Really nice.
They start in ex-bourbon barrels, and then they finish aging in char 4 American oak barrels.
So this is going to be similar to a toasted bourbon.
Exactly. This is the bourbon lovers intro into Irish whiskey.
Yeah, a cool bottle. Very cool bottle. Typically, Bear Doyle, that is true. Typically, the better the packaging, the worse the whiskey. But I'm telling you, I've had this. It's good. It's really, really nice. I know what you mean. This one is very, very nice. And to have the char 4 barrels, and especially to have the 63%. I mean, I all my bourbon drinker friends out there know I've been trying to convince y'all to come and drink some more Irish whiskey. You like the higher proof. So the 63% I know is going to be very popular.
Bringing things that you guys like.
Oh, it's just fresh red apples on this. Yeah, now that is a cool bottle. It is a really, really cool bottle. It really is. I was surprised. This is a brand I'd heard of before. A lot of fresh fruit, fresh orchard fruit on the nose. Vanilla.
A lot of vanilla, caramel, bright.
It's really bright.
It's really bright.
It's fresh red apple. That fresh red apple, a little bit of grassiness, and nice spice. Nice spice to balance out that sweetness. Vanilla, you definitely get a lot of that vanilla from the toasting, the rechar in the barrel. From that level 4 char.
And they also brought a mainstay product, like a core brand of Natterjack as well.
Yeah, if you don't want a cast strength, they do have a regular Natterjack as well. And that one was good as well. Because sometimes you're not up for drinking 126 proof. I don't want to drink 126 proof all the time. Nice, oily. You see the tears on the glass. It's a lovely whiskey. So is this the one that is American owned? I don't know if that one's the one that's American owned or not.
I don't know if it's American owned. Aiden.
Yes,
the owner.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I love that even
from Ireland.
He is originally from Ireland, yes. I love that even they have the frog is on the, you can't see it. It's on the cap.
It's the
They even
Natterjack
have the
toad.
Natterjack toad on the cap.
That I guess it's named after the Natterjack toad, which walks instead of hops, makes its own path, but also is super loud. So you hear it well before you actually see it. And that is their, I guess, their mascot.
Where I have some of those in my backyard.
Yes.
They're so loud. The whiskey is really, really nice. I don't know if you did the retail on all of these. Honestly, I was surprised the retail price on all of these new whiskeys we're getting is really reasonable. It really is. So this is one of the brands that we're getting. So we also have, we're getting Clonakilty. We have, gosh, there's so many. Waterford is coming, which for you guys who are peated whiskey fans, I did try their peated offering, which is called Fettercairn. If you're an Ardbeg fan, let me tell you, that's a good, it's really nice. It was really meaty. It was really savory, like an Ardbeg. It did remind me of like an Ardbeg. There are so many brands. There's JJ Corey's bringing a really nice amount of new whiskey to Ohio. Gosh,
a lot of single casks.
A lot of single casks. Bua is bringing.
Oh, yes. Bua.
The Bua we knew is no more. They still make that one. But the new Bua, they have, it's a tawny port single malt. They have, is it Imperial Stout single grain or single malt?
I'm just thinking it's single grain.
Single grain.
The Muscatel, the tawny port.
And a white Muscatel single malt that is really, really good. Really, really good. Really good. So they've got 3 coming. The Liberator brand is, Morris O'Connell is bringing some of his. I'm really excited for that malt Muscatel. I get to restock. We've got so many new brands coming. These events are going to be off the hook. They are going to be the spot. If you're an Irish whiskey fan, or if you're trying to get into it, these spots are going to be, I'm telling you, book your calendar. Book your calendar. Oh, let's see. Yeah, the Waterford QV is great. So the QV will be here.
Yes. I think they have 6 or 7 products that they're coming in with. They had for some training this past week, they had their master distiller in town, and then they will have their master brewer that is actually coming to the
I think that's who was on the list.
Yeah, to the 3 events. But I love that brand. So much transparency in terms of how it's made, where it's made, where the grain is grown, talking about the terroir and the influence of the actual grain that goes into a specific bottle. And so you will get variation from bottle to bottle, even of the same product. I love
you
that.
do. And I will say that is 100% true. I actually do have the Cuvée Waterford release when it first released. And they have the water. It's the Waterford Cuvée, and it's called Coffee. And it's a bit older. Blew my doors off. It was really good. It's so different. It was really, really good. And they just switched up the farms. It's just a really, really good pour.
You like one farm better than the other farm.
Apparently, I like one farm better than the other. Yeah, they're different farms in my bottle. So it's crazy how that works. Oh, the Natterjack toad is Ireland's only native toad, as far as I know. That is good to know. Thank you, Robbie.
Okay.
I could have swore we have out back of my house. Bullfrogs get a little loud. Gordon's in Boston shows inventory by store. Oh, okay. So that's a Boston. Oh, the Boston. It sounds like that's a specific store that does that. This is kind of cool because the whole state, I mean, you can find anything at any specific store.
Yeah, nearly 500 locations.
Is Waterford's distiller American? I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
But I didn't ask where he grew up. Ned.
Oh, Ned. Inspired us to open the Dingle Lala Breed single malt. That is a nice one. That is a rye finish. These are so nice. These are so nice. Do you want to? I don't know if you want to pour one more. What do you want to? What do you want to talk
I think
about?
we have one more.
We do have one more. I mean, I could
potentially.
I could clear a glass.
We could break into
this for Cullen would be an easy clear. That is such a nice.
Exactly. Start with the light one. We had one more.
That is such a nice whiskey. We're gonna bring out one more for you guys.
Yes.
All right. So, like I said, this is one of the bottles. I had a top list of some of the top. Not being able to line them up side by side, obviously. So I had like a top 3 to 5. This was one of the ones that I put on my list. This is Clonakilty Imperial Stout Cask Finish. This is 56% ABV. So this is one of their Private Barrel Select bottles. This is a blended whiskey that has been ex-bourbon cask aged, finished in an Imperial Stout cask. All of these, I have a few of these. I mean, you could see them right up there over Anne's shoulder. And they're always a good deal, honestly. These are always a great deal.
You do have a great selection. Wow. Wow, this is great.
So do you have a glass?
Oh, I do.
Oh,
I do.
Okay.
I'm admiring the whiskey. Only made it through that side
you
of the
were
room
thinking
before.
Yes, you were thinking black water. Yes. That is That is Peter Mulryan's company. Black Water. I have their jerk grain release, but yeah, you're thinking Black Water. That sounds right. So again, these Clonakilty. I love Clonakilty. You guys have Sean Scully from Clonakilty was my guest in December.
Oh wow.
They're wonderful people. They're family owned. They put so much into their brand, their whiskey. They put so much care into it. These single casks, you know, they aren't putting crap out there for people to take. They really are putting their best whiskey, their best foot forward.
That is an absolute flavor bomb.
It is. Yeah. This one I drank, and I've had good stout finished whiskey, and I've had okay stout finished whiskey. And this one, I was like, wow.
This is great.
That's wow.
Well, I'm gonna need more money. My shopping list is very long for that.
I did tell her. So a friend of mine is coming into the state from Michigan for some of our events upcoming. And he has already calculated how much it will cost him to buy one of every bottle. And the thing is, I don't think he realizes there's probably more that he doesn't even know about yet. So he's already rang up the total. He has a running total. He knows it's going to cost him a lot. And he's planning on buying at least one of everything, which is rare for him. He normally buys 2 of everything.
Wow.
But I think there's so much that he knows he's not going to be able to get away with buying 2. But yeah, she thinks she sees all the whiskey there. Yeah, she's aware of my bathroom whiskey that I can't fit here and it's hiding.
I think we have a lot in common.
Yeah. I can't. A lot of people have floor whiskey, and she's met my dog, so I can't have floor whiskey. It would shatter.
No.
And actually, yeah, I had to move. I had some sample bottles over there, and
basement
Magner's tail caught them. So
kitchen whiskey and
yeah,
dining room whiskey.
I do try to keep it all here. I do try.
Yeah. So for Clonakilty,
yes, Clonakilty.
We have somebody coming in, their national brand ambassador, and his name is Hopper. But that's his name.
He's so cool.
Oh, you've met him?
Yeah, he's so cool.
Okay.
Yeah, Hopper is awesome.
I hear from I'm like, hey, let me know who all is coming in, just so I can tell people. And I hear Hopper's coming, and I'm like, Hopper who?
He's one of those guys who just needs one name. Everybody knows who it is.
And yeah, the CEO of the company is on in the background in this phone call, and he says, I actually don't know. He's just been Hopper the entire time. And then I've heard from other people that he's just fantastic. So you can meet Hopper at our events in March. I'm very excited personally for meeting Hopper.
Yeah, he's one of those people that literally, like, you know him by their last name, and just everybody knows who it is.
Okay.
It's one of the,
Do you know his first name?
I don't know his first name. I don't know. I should ask Sean sometime. I don't know.
Okay.
Christine cleaned up most of our floor whiskey.
How does one become a national brand ambassador? Oh, wait. We're super excited. Oh, so am I.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much any cask finish that you could imagine is going to be there.
Yeah. I've told everybody, if you've got friends and family living in Ohio, if you're one of our border states, come in. Your money spends just fine. And get your friends and family to hit these stores, because we're going to be the hot spot for Irish whiskey. I'm so excited. So excited. Mike says, realizing I need to read more. You need to read more and learn more. Yeah. Mike is one of my friends a bourbon friend that really appreciates Irish whiskey. Oh, you said, I don't know about shattering bottles. A dog is likely to swallow the bottles whole. Yeah, Sugar Kitty, seen my dog on camera.
Oh my.
No, his tail clipped a 17-year Glendalough sample. I moved it to the table whiskey. So you have table whiskey now. Okay, so next question. How does one become a national brand ambassador?
I mean, I can't speak for all of them, but I think there's a lot of them, from what I've seen, a lot of them come from usually what we call the on-premise, the place where you buy a cocktail and you drink it on the premise, basically. A lot of them come from that. Some come from working at the distillery, either as tour guides, and usually it's a person who has a really big personality and has developed a deep knowledge of the category, not just the product, but the category in general. It's got to be one of the best jobs in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Be a national brand ambassador.
Oh, my gosh.
You're never home, but it is a great job.
But you're going everywhere. They're flying you absolutely everywhere.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, Tony says, you even take my money from Florida. I'll take your Florida money.
We'll be waiting for you. We're here.
So, Ann, we're wrapping up. So what is some last things you want everybody to know about these events, about the Irish whiskey coming to Ohio?
Yeah. The place to find out everything is OHLQ.com. We have social media. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Fun tip, we usually reveal new things first in our email. So if you go to OHLQ.com and you go all the way down to the bottom, you can actually subscribe to OHLQ email. That is, be the first to know, is what we always say, and you really will be if you're part of our.
That is the truth. That's how I found out about Fred Minnick.
Yes. So, but definitely you can find out everything that's happening there. Our OHLQ.com events page, which is right from the homepage, and you just click on events, you can see everything that's happening. So many people are coming to Ohio as part of this release. There are going to be bottle signings that are added in addition to the large scale events. There are going to be tastings. I know you have tastings coming up. I've seen some things. There's really a lot happening, not just those 3 days, but before, after, during, lots of things. So OHLQ.com.
Yeah, so guys, make sure, I will put it after this in the description, OHLQ.com. I'll put it, I actually think I did send the link to your YouTube. It is in here. But I'll put the link out for the full website. Check it out. Make sure you're keeping up on all these great events. It's not going to stop just with these March events. Everything's going to keep going, and we're so excited. All of us Irish whiskey people are doing our little happy dance in the corner. We're so flipping excited. I can't even tell you. I am still Ben, you're getting ornery again. But I will see all of you at the Columbus event. I'm going to try to make one of the other events. I'm not sure if I'm going to make the Cleveland event. I'm going to try. But I definitely will all see you guys at Chateau at the Columbus event. I'm really excited. I'm excited to meet all these brands that I have been enjoying for so long.
Come to Cleveland. Hard to get.
Yeah, see,
and now they're here.
Christine calling me out. See, now I might have to come to Cleveland. I might have to come to Cleveland for a day, Christine. I might have to come to Cleveland and see you. Yeah, we will try to come up. I hope to see all you guys at these events. Thank you so much for your time tonight. I really appreciate it, Anne.
Thank you so much for the invite. I am a whiskey nerd as well. And I don't think, I was going to say, I don't think anybody's more excited than me. I think you might be
I am
right
very
there.
excited.
I think we're together
I am
in
very
that.
excited.
Yeah, absolutely. And so excited to be here. So excited to meet everyone. I'll be at all 3 events. So
there you go. Look for
come
Anne at all
find
3
me.
events.
I'll be there with a clipboard. It'll be great.
I will be there with a sample, probably enjoying some of this great Irish whiskey we have coming to Ohio. So make sure you guys check out OHLQ. Check out all this great whiskey, and you know it's amazing. I'm so excited for it. So later tonight we have 9 o'clock. Livewire Whiskey is going live at 9. So make sure to check them out. I am working on something for next week for our next stream. 2 weeks from today, I will not be streaming because that is March 3rd and that is the day of this event. So I am hoping to be hanging out with some of these Irish distillers and enjoying some of this great Irish whiskey in Ohio. So I will see you all later. Solancha, thank you all for joining us tonight, and I look forward to seeing you in Ohio. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.